Okay. Now in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be upgrading the trim. This is what part we're going to be using. We're going to be using the 3019, the LGB 3019-2 metal wheel set with spoke wheels assemblies, and there's 2 in a pack. Okay. Now these are going to be the upgrades that we're going to do to the passenger cars to give them metal wheels. One of the advantages using metal wheels is if you're running your trains every day like I do, these are going to hold up a lot better over long term than versus the plastic ones. Also, you're going to find that the car will track better with these metal wheels versus the plastic ones that I've had as a whole. I've actually upgraded all my cars because I found that they made a big difference. Now, keep in mind, some cars may have these already installed depending on the price of the car and whether or not they've done an upgrade prior. But you can always check from the pictures and the descriptions whether or not it has these wheels. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Okay. Give me 1 second. I have my handy dandy pair of scissors here all ready to go. Okay, I'll take the wheels out. Now, the one thing you're going to notice about these wheels, you're going to notice that these wheels are a lot heavier. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is these are not, some of the wheels you can buy like these actually have ball bearings inside the wheels. I don't use ball bearing wheels. I don't need to have that fancy thing on my cars, but some of these actually have ball bearings inside that make the wheels run even smoother if you use ball bearings. This uses a standard plastic axle that goes inside the wheel assembly that you're going to see here that I'm going to show you now. Let me go ahead and take the wheels out of the other car and show you how we do that. Okay. Now what I have in front of you, this is the car that I showed you from earlier. This is the red car that we have. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to flip the car over like I'm doing here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try to get in here as close as I can show you this. Now what you want to do is on these wheels here, there's a little flange right underneath here. You're going to try to put your thumb right where my thumb is here, and then what you do is you just gently pry. Let's see if I can show you. It's a little hard to show you in this video here what I'm doing. Okay, but you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. You just want to gently take your finger, pry these open like I'm doing, and then pull the wheel out like that. Okay, then you're going to see that the wheel just pops out like that. Comes up on both sides. Now I actually had, this is the original wheel. Now I'm going to put the new wheel in. Same thing procedure, okay? You just line it up with there's a little hole here. You can see in the photo here where I'm actually putting the wheel. I'm actually putting the wheel right inside between these 2 axle housings here, okay? Now the one thing you want to be careful of when you're putting this in here, if you notice on here, you can see from here, you see where the wheel goes. The wheel basically sets inside here. There's little bitty, looks like brake calipers on either side here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in so I can show this to you. Yeah, on either side of the wheel, there's things that look like little brake calipers. There's one here. There's one here. And then there's one over here. Now, what you want to be careful of, you don't want to break these off. So when you're putting the wheels in, you have to be very careful. You're going to notice when I put the wheel in that I put it in at a slight angle. See how I do that? Put it in just at a slight angle. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, here. Put it in at a slight. You can see it's a little tricky to get them in here. Okay, there we go. Put it in at a slight angle like that, and then you do the same thing over here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to give this a gentle push down, and then you're going to use your finger, and you're going to open the other. You're going to open up the other coupler as well. Open up the other axle bearing, the other axle area where the axle goes, and you're going to see how I do that. Lift it up like that, and then release it, and now the wheel's in place, just like that. And now you're going to see that now the car actually has a metal wheel instead of a plastic. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? Same procedure, okay? The main thing here is just be careful because you have plastic here, you have plastic here, and plastic here, and you just want to be really careful not to break these off when you take the wheels out. So same procedure here. Take your finger, put it in here, gently pry this up like I'm doing here, and then the wheel will actually pop out. Okay, you're going to see the shaft come out. Okay, as you can see there, now the wheel's out, just like that, same thing as before. Then you just lift up on the wheel, take the wheel out. Okay, same thing as before. Now the wheel's out. Now I'm going to replace the other wheel. Okay, same thing as before. Now in this light, you can actually see that's actually the hole where the wheel actually, where the axle, the little axle here, these little metal pieces right here where the little axles are, that's the actual hole that they go in, is right there, right where my finger's pointing. Okay, that's what you want to put that in. So you're going to see I'm going to do the same thing here. Going to put one side in here. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to gently lift up on this, very, very gently on the ends. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to see I'm very, I try to be very gentle. This is plastic, so you do have to be careful because it is plastic. Okay, now you're going to see I lift that up with my fingers, with my thumb, then I release, and now I have the wheel in. Now, the next thing you do is you want to check the wheels when you get them in. Make sure that they're rolling freely, and they are. And make sure that you don't have any binding in here, and I don't. So as you can see now, they're fine. Okay. Okay. So now you can see what it looks like. Now you can see now that the car basically has metal wheels instead of plastic ones, as you can see here. Okay. So it's got metal wheels instead of plastic ones.